and salutations, movie fans, to another Super Review Show movie commentary. I am joined by my two incredible friends and mixed bet co-hosts, Bill Murphy and Justin.
Hey!
First commentary!
Yes! And YouTube can't do anything because I talk in the public domain.
Take that. No, but as the title of this movie commentary suggests, alludes to, whatever you want to call it, we're going to be watching this year marks 10 years, yes, you heard that correctly, 10 years of X-Men Days of Future Past. For those of you who have been with us for a very long time, we did do this as a movie commentary in 2016 to prepare for X-Men Apocalypse.
Bye.
I know, way back when, right? We did a live stream of it for 2 hours. Did it go well? No. Why are we doing it? Because I wanted to do a fresh take for all of you at home. Then you can enjoy it.
And you know why?
Why, Bill?
Say it with me. 1, 2, 3. Because we can.
So, if you are watching this, please just join in and watch us as we watch the 2014 blockbuster film that I saw in theaters, not once, not twice, but 3 times in
I
theaters.
think I saw it twice too.
I think I saw it once.
I saw it with my grandfather, may he rest in peace. In a theater with just him. It was one of my favorite memories. We saw this movie together in theaters, just the two of us. And it was great. We had a wonderful experience. But if you're watching home, we're going to press the play button in 3, 2, 1. We have our subtitles on as we watch X-Men Days of Future Past from 2014, a year that is now 10 years old.
I hated that year.
Why?
Personal reasons.
We're not going to go into it. It's okay. But it's okay. So if you're sitting back, relaxing, the movie's just starting right now. So we have popcorn. We're just recording this as we go. But yeah, PG-13. First up. Yeah,
So,
we can't wait for Deadpool.
I think we should just address the elephant in the room about this movie.
Yes.
This movie was directed by Bryan Singer. Bryan Singer is currently persona non grata in Hollywood because of he did some very bad things.
Oh no.
And it is a shame that a controversy like that can overshadow a movie like this because a lot of people worked very hard on this movie.
Yeah.
And their work should be acknowledged.
Did Bryan Singer do Apocalypse? Or?
Mm-hmm. Not, he did not do Dark Phoenix though. And that's his production company, Bad Hat Harry.
Because of the usual suspects. That's what it is. I never liked that Fox never updated their Marvel logo. Like Marvel Studios did, but Fox always left the TM, the trademark, on the side there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just a nitpick, but personally, I love this movie. I'm a big fan of this movie. I would say it's the top 15 comic book movie of all time.
And what's a Bryan Singer X-Men movie without
Death and Despair?
opening narration?
Yes, of course. This is New York City. Here we are.
In the future!
In the year 2000!
Actually, no. It's more like
2000.
It's more like the year 2020 something. Which.
That's not too far off.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like this, though.
No.
This opening always got to me too. How they put the X-Men theme again.
Yeah.
When they show the Fox logo, actually they fades out on the X-Men.
Yes, they've done that since X-Men 2.
That's such a great little touch that they did.
Yeah, and then they tried to do that with the Fan Forsic with the F.
Ooh.
That wasn't as
We're not going to talk about that. The X-Men, the Fox Fantastic Four movies were just not good.
Well, hopefully with Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four, it will be much better.
Hopefully. Fair warning, I have not seen the Rogue cut of this movie at all.
As you, Dustin?
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I know essentially what happened in it.
Yeah.
I think
this is not that. This is the regular edition.
I think the big difference is, oh man, I loved John Ottman's score.
It was so good, right?
It was the best score.
Mind you, Let's not forget, the guy who wrote this movie also was like the creative efforts. I mean, he directed X-Men Dark Phoenix. We're not talking about that though. But like the writer, Simon Kinberg's writing in this was incredible. The dialogue between the future and the past was great.
Yes.
Our number one worst movie of 2019.
But personally, I think there were other writers in this movie than Simon Kinberg. I think Matthew Vaughn was actually a writer on this movie.
Was he actually part of it?
Yeah. In fact, the reason he left was they.
I forgot.
No, it was scheduling conflicts, I think, because he was going to do Kingsman.
Oh, right.
But he did First Class. In fact, Quicksilver in his version wasn't going to be a part of it. It was going to be the Juggernaut.
Was it really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Well,
I remember the promotional images from the promo. They made such a big deal out of like all the promo stuff. Seeing Colossus back on screen too was great. This version of Colossus was great.
I still prefer the Deadpool version of Colossus.
But the Deadpool version was more comedic, of course.
Yeah, but he was more of a character.
Yeah.
He had more character. He had more lines. He had more to do. Piotr Rasputin deserved better.
Pierre Rasputin.
Yes. Sunspot.
Bishop and what? Not Kitty Pryde. Blink.
Blink. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the only reason I know her is because of X-Men Legends 2: Rise of Apocalypse. That video game from like 2005.
Oh yeah. Also, the action in this movie was not. It was utilized well, but I think the action was actually like top notch for the most part, though, right?
Yeah,
Would
like
you say so? Like
the action's really cool.
It's really
Action
good.
is good.
And the Sentinel designs are actually, they're interesting. I'm a little bit of a purist when it comes to the Sentinels.
What
The designs, but
yeah.
you know, they had it in The Last Stand in that Danger Room scenario, the classic design of them.
Right. Like the '70s Sentinels were actually, but when I first saw the promotional images, I'm like, why are they so like scaly, you know? Because as we found out in this movie, they're from Mystique of all of them.
Yeah.
That's how they did it.
I think they really did a good job with the Sentinels.
I agree.
Making them a threat.
They were a definite threat in this movie. You could just tell immediately too.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's Skynet basically.
In a certain sense, it's X-Men with Terminator Skynet, pretty much.
Yeah, but that's basically what this movie is. It's the X-Men meets Terminator.
And it's gruesome. Look, they killed Colossus right there.
Mm-hmm.
They kill Iceman.
Yet you see deaths of these. Oh my God!
All these iconic characters.
Yeah, and you know what? If they were the actual deaths of these characters, there would be uproar. There would be riots.
Fans would be like, "Oh my God!"
Those characters.
Well, they just killed Iceman, one of the original.
They ripped Colossus's arm off.
Oh boy. Here we go.
But this is setting up
The film.
a major plot detail.
Yeah, it did a really good job of setting it up too. And Kitty and what's her face? Kitty Pryde did a great job too. Sending Logan back. The fact that they were able to kill off the X-Men so quickly, but like in that aspect of like, oh
Yeah.
you know.
But because of the concept of time travel,
Yeah.
you can get away with that.
And mind you, this movie did a fantastic job of retconning this franchise before Disney bought it.
I would call it an uncanny job.
Butt-up-bing, baby! Butt-up-bing! An uncanny job? No. For those who are comic fans, you know what we're talking about. Good for you. Of course.
Brownie points.
Amen.
You know what you win? My respect.
You win not just Bill's respect, but all of our respects.
Not like the random fact with Bill, because what did our winner win?
Oh yeah, our friend Vinny won our contest, by the way, for the what is it
Random facts with Bill.
the theme song where he got that from. It's in Natural by Imagine Dragons.
And what did Vinny win?
He won a T-shirt.
Signed by
So we
me!
have to get signed by Bill. The jet was so good there.
Yes, that is a cool jet.
I was supposed to say the Quinjet, but it's not the Quinjet. And also, the very
Blackbird.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Like, Bryan Singer, who directed X-Men 1 and X-Men 2, mind you, and resurrected comic book movies from Batman and Robin. We should give the guy some credit, though.
At the time, yes.
Yes.
At the time, this was his return to the franchise of directing. Now, at this point in the movie, Sentinels have taken over the Earth, and because they got like corrupt or whatever, right?
They were charged to kill all mutants.
Yes.
Unfortunately, their programming interpreted as killing everyone capable of mutation.
Which could be anyone.
Which could be anybody.
So they just start wiping out the planet.
Yep.
This scene was great.
Ah, the hover chair!
With Storm,
the hover chair.
with Wolverine, Xavier in the hover chair, and Ian McKellen as Magneto back, and they're in like all black suits this time too, and with a hint of like color. I mean, you gotta admit though, the color, I love it because like it's the dystopian future type of thing.
Starting route to Notre
See, I like that they gave Storm her mohawk.
Yeah, and Bishop.
Sunspot, Thunderbird, Iceman, all alive again because Kitty Pryde went back to the past.
And they made Kitty Pryde with Colossus, like dating wise.
Yes.
All the little things in this franchise that they did to make. Why did that happen?
I have no idea.
That's a great question. We'll find out. Sorry about that.
We'll edit that out.
We'll edit that out.
Why?
So Kitty Pryde in this played by Elliot Page, then Ellen Page.
Yes.
This is probably the biggest role that Kitty Pryde had in these movies.
Hugh Jackman's Wolverine did a great job too. I mean, he's Jackman.
I mean, yeah, he could do this part in his sleep.
And his jacked up sleep, mind. His rip.
Hey, Hugh Jackman is awesome.
He really is.
And I can't wait to see him return to the role in Deadpool and Wolverine this summer.
That's the only Marvel film out this year, by the way, 2024.
Mm-hmm.
Him and yeah, because I think in real life, Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds are like buddies. They were at the Jet Game together with
Taylor Swift, right?
with Taylor Swift and Blake
Yeah,
Lively.
they have.
Because Blake Lively and Ryan Reynolds are married.
Yes, they are.
They met on the set of Green Lantern.
And Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively are friends with Taylor Swift.
They were hanging out with the Swifties.
And they were hanging out with Hugh Jackman. And you know who was also at that game? Paul Rudd.
Really?
Yes, he was at that game.
Nice.
He's actually, because they were playing the Chiefs, he's a big Chiefs fan.
All right.
So,
This scene is very, very key. Where
Yes.
Xavier's talking about how to go back in time and basically stop the attacks, and it's just to prevent the future from happening. Yeah, you want to say that? But you can do better than that, guy.
So basically, there was an assassination in the past.
Yes.
That prompts the government to accelerate the Sentinel program. They capture Mystique, which unfortunately gives them exactly what they need to give Sentinels the adaptability to adapt to mutants and just become the ultimate killing machines.
Yep.
It gets to a point where they're killing off everybody. Mutants and humans alike.
Yep.
Now, the scene where Charles Xavier is explaining his relationship to Raven, that's an obvious retcon.
Of course.
Because none of that was in the original trilogy.
Didn't they? What? It made so much sense too when you're watching it, like Xavier walking in the '70s. They explain that all these little things that they did in this movie. You know what I mean? But they made it a plot point.
Did they explain it though? Like
in X-Men 3, we see him walking, but in First Class, he loses his legs. That's the connection I made.
He loses his legs?
In First Class, he gets shot, right?
Well, okay, guess what joke I have to make?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
My leg!
Oh my god. Wait, what do you say?
But in X-Men 3, that was only... That scene took place in 1986.
Was it though?
Yeah, that only took place 20 years before the events of the movie.
Oh, well.
The one thing these movies never got right.
And what is that?
Their sense of time.
No, that's why they have a time travel movie.
How so, Justin?
Well, First Class retcon when Xavier got crippled. Apocalypse retcon when Xavier went bald.
Yep.
Because X-Men Origins Wolverine taught us that Xavier was bald all the way in the 70s.
Really? Oh yeah, it did.
Yep.
See, this is interesting because the reason why it has to be Logan is because of his healing factor.
Of course.
He's the only one that can survive the trip.
Yes.
Mentally
And he has to be mentally calm.
Which this next line makes me laugh. That's Ellen, now Elliot Page.
Yes.
Yep. I thought this was the best comic movie of 2014. No, wait, sorry, The Amazing
Soldier.
No, Soldier was.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was, right?
No.
No.
This
Winter Soldier was a great action movie. I think this was a great storytelling movie.
For your punishment, we are throwing you out of your own basement.
Plus, Guardians came out in 2014.
That was a great movie too. I forgot how good that was.
Yes.
The first Guardians was actually really good. Second one was good too.
Peaceful thoughts.
They don't really age.
It's like Wolverine doing a meditation album. Welcome to meditation. Now relax. Does that sound about right, Justin?
Man, Logan could have really used the calm app back then.
Whoa.
I'll be right back. Hello.
Not sponsored, by the way. Calm app is not sponsored. Oh boy. We actually saw this in the midnight showing.
Yes, we did.
Can you believe that was 10 years ago?
Technical difficulties.
I just love how, like, Wolverine's just, like, with someone. It's like, oh, this is nice. Please be a chick, please be a chick, please be a chick.
Yeah, it's a check.
Wolverine. More like Pulverine. Sorry about that, everyone.
Actually, in the comics, I think Wolverine's a little more on the bisexual side.
Is he actually?
Well, in recent years, because it was in the Jonathan Hickman Logan ass.
Logan.
In the Jonathan Hickman run, I think Scott, Logan, and Jean have a threesome.
Really?
Really? That's interesting.
Right?
Yeah, I'm not up to date. I like the different spin on Logan too.
How so?
He wasn't always like just that like killing machine Wolverine. In this, he's actually like a decent person.
Well, he moved on.
Yeah.
After he became an X-Men, he moved on.
Yeah, exactly.
We need to do a Logan commentary one of these days.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
No, we should do that too one day.
One of these days.
Bone claws!
Oh.
Ah.
Hugh Jackman got ripped.
Yeah.
He still is.
Oh, he's in great shape.
He's in great shape.
And this was after he could sing.
I think he took lessons from The Rock
On how to get
this ripped. Peaceful thoughts.
Yep.
Oh, it was a real peaceful one day.
1973.
It was a very good year.
It was.
The city girls lived up the stairs.
Now, also, mind you, there was no mention of the fact that Trask was a midget.
No.
I was gonna say that.
Except for this little comment. They literally said, let's get a great actor to perform this role, and let's get Peter Dinklage. Think about that for a sec, right?
Yeah. They hired him on the merit of his acting, not on anything else.
Exactly.
I don't agree that Peter Dinklage is a great actor.
He is a great actor.
He's a phenomenal actor. Who cares if he's short or not?
Short people got.
Oh, there you go. This portion of the show is brought to you by Coca-Cola.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored at all. Chug it, chug it, chug it.
You know why?
Because we can?
Because we can.
Exactly.
And not the Bon Jovi song.
No.
Because that will be my campaign song if I win for office.
See that comment there? That comment there. He was like,
Yep.
you know, he called him like short or whatever.
Speak for yourself line, yeah.
Yeah. That's indirectly that.
But I think they did imply that he is jealous of mutants.
Yeah.
And I think there's a reason that might be a reason why. I think there's subtext to be had, but not necessarily being said out loud.
Yeah. I remember when the reviews were coming out for this movie too.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, "This is the best movie." Like a lot of the critics were like, "This is the best movie I'm going to see all year."
Yeah, this was a great movie.
I think this was the 3 of the best comic book movies I saw that year.
It was out of the
Well, there was only one bad one.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
The other. Speaking of which, this scene was at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2, remember?
Yes, and there was a reason for that.
Reason, go!
So Mark Webb had a contract with 20th Century Fox to direct 2 movies.
Yes.
He only directed one, 500 Days of Summer.
Okay.
Then he got hired to do the Spider-Man movies, and to get out of his contract, he had to advertise this movie at the end of Amazing Spider-Man 2.
The more you know.
Yep. Oh, there's Happy.
Havoc was always my favorite as a kid.
Toad.
Nobody's favorite.
No one really cared about Toad.
So you know that Toad that gets struck by lightning line from the first X-Men movie?
Yeah.
You know who wrote that line?
Who?
Joss Whedon.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
A professional asshole.
Yep, the professional asshole. He was a script doctor on the first X-Men movie.
Really?
And
Before he destroyed Justice League.
yeah, there were supposed to be more lines like that in the movie. Toad was supposed to be like, you know what happens when a toad does this? You know what happens when a toad does that? So, and it was always to Storm. So when Storm finally got him right where she wanted him, turns around. So it could have been a better line, but it just wasn't.
William Stryker.
So,
Mystique.
Stryker in the comics was a reverend.
Yeah.
In here, they made him military man. What do you think about that change?
I mean,
Reverend Stryker, the first church of.
Well, the storyline that he was a part of got loosely adapted in X2. It was called God Loves, Man Kills. That's actually a graphic novel. And this was the last movie that Jennifer Lawrence gave a shit on.
What, you think her acting sucks now?
No, just in the X-Men movies. Because here's the thing. That makeup is probably so unbearable.
oh, I'm sure it is. And they paid her a lot of money to do it, too.
Yeah. But that's probably why she appeared more in her Raven form in the sequels than in this movie. Because in this movie, she spends a lot of time
In that costume.
in that makeup.
Yeah.
And good for her, though.
But yeah, in this, she is great.
The young Stryker always struck me
Aha!
as
Was it strike 1, strike 2, or strike 3?
I don't know. It was like the way that they developed that character in the past in this movie, and how he eventually came up to be himself in like the other films. You know. So.
I felt like they could have done more with Stryker.
In the film series in general? Or X-Men 2 and X-Men Future Past?
X-Men 2, I think they could have done more with him. I feel like... I don't know. I feel like if they went the Reverend route in that one, it could have really worked too.
It could.
I'm not sure how I feel about Beast being able to control his mutation.
How come?
Because part of First Class was him being in denial of him being a mutant, and he's tried to cure himself, and he made it worse. So honestly, I don't know. him controlling his mutation, I feel like it takes away from his character.
Really? I thought it worked well.
Oh, here it comes.
I thought it worked well.
It acts more like a hulking thing. Like, okay, he can hide it. So what did he learn in the last movie then?
In First Class?
Yeah.
This is such a great scene too. The entrance of old Charles Xavier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, James McAvoy's performance was brilliant.
Yes, well,
Because
he's never given a bad performance. Well, actually, I've heard he's given one bad performance.
Which one was that?
Apparently, he was not good in Wanted.
Wanted?
Yeah.
You know, even though the first Wolverine movie was origin stories Wolverine sucked. You know what
You could technically call it a perfect trilogy in that sense.
But you know what I remember?
What?
Do you remember the scenes like near the end? It's like,
yes.
hello, I'm Charles Xavier. Hey, I can hear you. Hey, I can hear you. I'm here to help you.
You're right, JT. The dialogue in this is a lot better than the other ones.
Yes.
In what way?
It's written so like well compared to you look at the other ones and you're like, you know.
You feel the urgency. You feel the pressure.
Pressure.
Oops. I did not want to on the backs.
No.
Alright, let's see here. So, the story was Matthew Vaughn, Simon Kinberg, Jane Goldman.
Okay.
The screenplay was Simon Kinberg.
That's what I mean. He was around all of the films too. Well,
Yes.
Up until this point, he was around.
Well, since X-Men 3.
X-Men 3, yes. I remember like the promotional stuff too. Just going back to that for a sec. Mm-hmm. The promotional stuff for this movie was like, they made like 30 different magazine covers. Do you remember this? For like each individual character, and some people were like, yeah, they're just doing that for promotional stuff. They're doing, and sure enough, like, no, they actually the characters were really well executed.
Yeah.
Also, one thing too, if you saw this movie in theaters 10 years ago, you would have noticed that the movie itself, like I didn't see the actors. Me personally, I didn't see the actors. From the start to the end, I was watching X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
That's me.
Yeah, because a lot of us now think of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about. The filmmaking trick where you don't have to see the actors, you only see the characters.
Well, yeah, that sort of mindset has existed since this first Superman movie. You want to cast people so that they don't see the actor, you see the character.
Exactly.
Otherwise, we've probably gotten a really weird Superman.
No, yeah.
Okay.
Talk to me.
Another part, Mike.
Okay, let's hear it.
How does the serum work?
prevents his mutation from working, but his legs work.
See?
How does that make sense?
It's a drug.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into the science of it, but that makes sense to me.
Jeez. See, that makes no sense to me.
Really?
I feel like those are two different
It made sense to me.
systems. One's neurological.
Yeah. One's physical.
And one's...
I don't know. Yeah, you think it like that?
One's more psychological. You know what? I'm just saying I don't think the science works in that. Personally.
You don't think so?
I don't think so.
And why doesn't the science work, dear Justin?
So, the serum prevents your mutation.
Okay.
Right.
Hold on, is this scene from First Class?
Yes, it is.
It's a flashback, yeah.
It's a flashback.
Flashbacks.
Way back when?
It's to help people who haven't seen the first movie not get lost.
Exactly. So you can go into it and be like, oh, mindset.
Okay, I'm all caught up now. Partial is only visited.
Boom.
Pow.
Biff, bam.
Alakazam.
One thing I did love about X-Men Apocalypse, though, I know that sounds very strange, was...
The Quicksilver scene.
No. In this movie, the Quicksilver scene was great. That Quicksilver scene was great, too. But Nightcrawler. He was a key part of X-Men 2, and they just didn't do anything with him. Up until, like, what? Apocalypse.
He did kind of have a cool scene on the train in Dark Phoenix.
Here's your Quicksilver moment.
Remember, I used to hate the Quicksilver montages, Justin.
And he looks stupid. Quicksilver looks so stupid in this. In the promotional images. But you see why he looks like that?
Why?
Because he's from the 70s. He's also a kid.
With Boulevard Trask, this guy, he's trying to get rid of all the mutants, right?
Yeah, so Trask is in charge of Trask Industries, which is trying to create Sentinels to kill mutants, but then eventually ends up killing all of humanity.
Sentinels are mutant-killing robots.
Okay.
I heard that she was not happy with this costume, too.
Oh, she hated the costume.
And she's getting paid like $3 million to wear it.
The only reason why she even appeared in Dark Phoenix was because it was Simon Kinberg directing.
Really?
How come?
That's it?
Yeah.
Wow.
How come she appeared because of Simon Kinberg?
I guess bad experience with Bryan Singer.
GT, can I have your show?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be back.
Because here's the thing about Bryan Singer. Not only was he a sexual predator, he's an asshole director.
Really?
Bryan Singer is?
I've heard rumors from the sets of X-Men 1 and 2.
Really? And he directed one of my favorite movies of all time, too.
Usual Suspects.
Usual Suspects.
Yeah, and apparently Halle Berry threatened to quit during production of X-Men 2.
Really?
Yeah. She wouldn't come back for X-Men 3 unless they gave her a meteor role and a big pay raise. Then Catwoman happened and she was desperate for money, so she didn't get the pay raise, but she did get a meteor role. See, this scene I'm a little iffy about too because it feels sort of like an Alien 3 moment where all the characters you cared about in the previous movie
didn't exist.
Dead.
Or dead, right. That's how you felt about this movie?
No, but I didn't feel that way, but I can see other people feeling that way.
I didn't pick up on that.
I just find it funny that they had to share the rights to Quicksilver
With Marvel?
with Marvel Studios.
Well, and then Marvel bought Fox, or Disney bought Fox, and then it all worked out well.
Yeah.
This cracked me up. He's playing
Oh
ping
my
pong
God,
with
yeah.
himself. And what's his face? Evan Peters.
Yeah.
He did great.
But
So great.
I don't know. Is the reason why they don't call him Pietro because they were calling him Pietro in the Marvel in the MCU?
What's that?
Is the reason why they don't call him Pietro is because of the MCU?
Probably.
Okay.
Because also this was the year before Age of Ultron.
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah, just had to splash a little cold water on my face.
Okay. Alright.
Do it, folks. It's good for you.
Doing stuff.
Yeah, I hear it's very grounding.
Yeah.
Had to wake me up a little bit. I'm good. What are you very grounded, as in?
No, I heard that in therapy.
Hey, what? He kind of looks like Tom Holland once you think about it.
Evan Peters does here?
Yeah. Or am I slowly going crazy?
This is so cool. I thought that was great. And the tone was so consistent in this movie, too.
That's disgusting.
It's cool, but it's disgusting.
Hey, Ash, what do you think?
I mean, yeah, you're essentially opening up a wound every time you pop them out.
I wonder how big of a problem Hugh Jackman has with metal detectors at airports. I mean, let's be real, as Wolverine.
That was a joke in the mid-credits for The Wolverine.
That's right. That's right. Actually, that's why I thought of that.
Oh, the fanny pack.
The X fanny pack.
What do you think about fanny packs, Justin?
There's a reason why it died. No Mel beyond this point.
But remember, Justin, it's not a man purse. It's called a satchel. What movie is that from again?
That's from The Hangover, I think.
This was so funny. This Quicksilver scene.
Okay, that's fine.
Was no. Look what he did. He's that fast. You know what I mean?
Who would win in a foot race? Quicksilver or Flash? Flash.
Yeah.
Flash. Hands down. Quicksilver's great. Flash is Flash.
See, the Flash has the Speed Force. That makes him OP.
Yes.
An original poster? I had to.
Not an original poster.
You see what I have to deal with people?
Yes. It's alright. We're doing great, guys.
Hey, you signed a contract. What's section 2 of the contract saying? Oh, hold on. Look, my glasses a little.
Yeah, that was The Hangover.
Man purse satchel.
There we go. Mind the glass. Ready? Watch this.
Good luck. Good night, and most importantly,
Michael Fassbender's an incredible actor too.
Oh yeah.
This cast was great, all around.
They got a good cast.
The two consistently good things about these movies: James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
Of course. And Patrick Stewart being McCallum.
But you do see what I mean about the muted colors, right?
Yeah. No, I see it now. To me, that's like a nitpick.
Oh, totally. It is a total nitpick.
The colors are different, but.
Whiplash. And no, not one of Matt Hemsley's favorite movies.
This scene was
amazing.
The
sequence is amazing.
It's done so brilliantly.
No, I used to hate these, but now I'm really appreciating the way they've shot this film.
The what?
Yeah, the Quicksilver scene.
Oh, the Quicksilver. It's coming up.
Well, it was different. That's what I liked about it so much. It was so different from what we've ever seen in an X-Men movie. And it was such a creative way to portray how he sees.
How he sees what?
Here we go.
The world. I mean, if you're moving at super speed, everything must be so...
Am I moving at super speed right now?
Were you finished?
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Great moment.
Yep. Charles.
The chemistry between them was great.
Oh my god, yeah.
That's McAvoy, right?
Yep.
Yep. And that's Fassbender.
Hey, Justin, the, what is it, the Deadpool line? We must go see Professor. Oh, you're going to take me to McAvoy, Stewart? Damn, these alternate timelines.
The Quicksilver scene right
Guys.
here is so good.
Let's see it. Let's see it.
If you fail, you're going to be floored.
Plastic guns.
The time in the bottle song.
I know.
Because he's moving so fast.
See, I understand why you had a problem with the Apocalypse one. Because it was immediately followed by tragedy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
This was comedic.
This is just a fantastic scene altogether.
Yeah, you know, looking at this is actually... It works well with the mood, too.
Exactly.
Yeah, they pepper in the humor to keep the tone right.
Yeah. It's...
The punch.
I think I liked the one in Apocalypse more than you did because I was grabbing onto whatever good things in that movie there was.
Maybe I should give that another watch.
Because I think that was one of the few good moments in that movie.
Yeah. It wasn't terrible, but it was like, you know. There we go.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
That's great.
You know, I think I love that because it sets up the humor and sets up everything brilliantly.
Even Martin Scorsese would call that cinema.
I could hear that, like, I could hear the laughs in the theaters still.
He doesn't. Oh, you know he doesn't call these type of movies cinema.
I know, I'm just taking the piss.
We have to.
Such a great scene.
Ooh, this is the end of the Vietnam War.
73.
Well, combat mission in 73, like diplomatic stuff ended in 75.
Gotcha.
History lesson with Bill. Justin, weren't you paying attention to my class this fall?
This was a great scene too.
Yeah.
On the plane. Where were you?
What do you think about the insinuation?
There you go.
Yeah, but I don't know, I still don't play it.
See, Logan's like, Wolverine's like, sit down. And the two of them are going to argue and bicker over everything.
Them killing off Emma Frost. That's...
Big yikes.
You don't kill off Emma Frost. I guess she was one of the weaker parts of that movie, but...
You don't kill her off.
She's like...
That scene's incredible. Best dialogue. Some of the best dialogue.
Yeah.
Ever. Wolverine's like, sit down.
You're rocking the boat.
Rocking the plane.
The devil will drive you under.
Duh.
No.
Yeah, it was like, but watching that in theater, like, again, this goes back to what I've always said. If you watch a movie in theaters, it changes everything. Go to a movie theater. Yes, we had COVID. Yes, we had this. But like, go to a theater before you see it on streaming. It is a great experience. So just sit at home and watch streaming all day.
I am a theater purist.
Me
so,
too.
Oh, are you getting the monocle on, Justin?
Like, when it comes to seeing a movie, like...
See it in theaters.
I want to see any movie that I want to support in theaters.
Of course.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a business, but it's a good experience.
Because you know what they say, there's no business.
Like showbiz.
Exactly.
You know who says that? The random people who live in Nebraska.
Ah.
scene too.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
See? That's the Mystique I love.
Yeah.
She's a bit of a badass.
The badass and just bad.
We didn't really get that in X-Men 1, 2, 3, did we?
You got it in X-Men 1 and 2.
Not 3, though.
Well, she was kind of fridged in 3.
Yeah.
Oh, they cured her in 3, I should say. I'm not a fan of Mystique as a hero.
Was she an anti-hero then in this?
In
We're
this,
just rooting for the anti-hero.
no, in this, if anything, she's the anti-villain.
Yeah, actually.
How is she the anti-villain?
Because she thinks she's in the right. How do you feel about that? JFK being a mutant.
It was more of a plot point than anything. It didn't really connect to the overall action.
Justin,
Mm-hmm.
guess how I'm feeling hearing that right now.
What?
What you said about one of the greatest men who ever held the office.
Oh my god.
Not that I have a big giant poster of him in my room or anything.
Of JFK?
No, but I do have socks with his picture on it.
Oh.
No, I think I showed him to you, Justin.
In this movie, JFK is a mutant.
I can't believe he's a mutant.
Well, they say that he's a mutant so that Magneto had a reason to try to save him from being assassinated.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's why the bullet curved.
Because the bullet curved.
Act not what Magneto can do for you, but what you can do for Magneto.
I mean, I guess.
Hey, Justin. We pass the torch to a new generation of mutants. Wait, do I have to take notes too?
No, I'm just doing
No,
it.
just taking notes for the movie.
Okay,
Because I'm going to be doing a letterbox thing.
What is a letterbox thing?
So, have you ever heard the app Letterbox?
Today I heard it.
It's essentially a social media site for film critics where you can write reviews, have like a watch log of what you've seen. It's great. And that's why I was mentioning in the group chat today about creating a super review show letterboxd account.
Okay.
Link the Patreon to it.
We can do that.
And
Give us money.
Give us money. That's pretty nicely.
well, I have to do some research on how other people do the Patreon for Letterboxd, but
Buddy.
Told you.
okay.
You get an F. What was your review on Rate My Professor of me, Justin?
F.
It wasn't that bad.
Give an F, get an F.
Dinklage is the man.
And Peter Dinklage in this role of Trask was great.
Mm-hmm. So, the catalyst for the comic version of Days of Future Past was the assassination of Senator Robert Kelly.
Right.
Kelly.
In the comic books.
In the comic books.
In the two issue books, yeah.
Really, it's only 2 issues?
That was it.
What's the Days of Future Past? 2 issues?
X-Men 141 and 142. True story.
Yeah.
I have it over there. I have the real comic books of this movie, of the storyline, in the J bedroom.
In the JK.
Damn. So, I'm going to reveal something. I actually never read the actual comic.
Because you know a lot about this, Justin. I was shocked when you told me that.
X-Men was one of those ones where I watched the cartoons.
The one from the 90s?
Actually, I watched more of the X-Men Evolution one. And Wolverine and the X-Men, which the season was based on Days of Future Past.
Really?
Yes. But yeah, I never read Days of Future Past.
I have the graphic novel too. I'll let you borrow it. No, do I?
JT, I have Marvel Unlimited.
Oh, okay.
I can just read it on my...
I'm for paperback. Sorry, guys. I'm one of those people.
Oh, God, he's one of those guys. He's that guy. That guy. That guy.
And... face, heel, turn.
Traumatic embrace.
He'll turn it from a good guy to a bad guy, right?
Yeah. So...
That scene was great. With the gunshot right there.
Yeah. And then the bullet curves.
Right in her ankle. Brilliant.
But see, this actually does something different. And now we're going to be seeing more sympathy towards mutants after this movie.
Right.
In fact, they were already alluding to that in in X-Men Apocalypse, where they were like, you know, this is when we discovered mutants, and you know what? There are good ones and there are bad ones.
Yeah. Just how it is.
Beast hulking out.
This was, and I remember
Pulling her by the bullet.
I know. I remember watching this in the theaters, being like, "Holy God!" This
Oh
was
my God.
incredible.
Ugh.
Gruesome.
That made you squirm too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm not crazy. That's Beast.
The use of the Zapruder film footage was great too.
Yeah.
Yes. Of the what footage?
Super 8.
The Super 8 film, yeah. I mean, even though Brian Singer didn't direct Super 8, J.J. Abrams did, but that use of that footage was great.
Super 8's a type of camera.
Then there's the fact he's trying to choke. What's his face? He's trying to choke Magneto was great.
I wonder if he's doing that all on purpose or if that's a self-defense mechanism.
I don't know.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So is Beast basically like a Hulk?
No.
No, Beast is Beast.
Beast is Beast.
So, Beast's mutation was big hands and big feet.
Big hands, big feet.
And strength and
That shot's
agility.
great. That shot is so great with Stryker
Yeah.
and Wolverine.
Oh, this old wench. Belly up.
Belly up.
And that's such a character flaw thing to do.
How so?
Like, Magneto thinks he's being pragmatic in killing Mystique. He thinks that if Mystique's dead, they don't have to worry about it and he can continue on his cause.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Let's get another soda. I'll be back in a second.
sure.
Good.
Nixon.
Yep.
Hey, looks like him.
It does.
Very much. And the dogs too.
This is probably after after Watergate.
Yep.
He resigned in '74, so.
Yep.
This was 73.
What was that, JT?
This was 73.
Yeah, this takes place in 1973.
Is that Liam Neeson? No, it looked like him.
Thing.
That thing. I'm not a crook.
fear mongering. Metal, and that'll play. Well, they're not really metal.
No.
What are they?
I think it's some sort of
Carbon fiber plastic, maybe?
yeah, carbon fiber plastic or plexiglass or.
Did I blow away by the Nixon portrayal here?
It's very close, very close.
Yeah.
Is he a crook?
Very much so. He's giving himself stitches.
Ooh, that irks me a little. You.
Oh, you can't see the needle go in, so.
Doesn't bother you as much?
If you can't see the needle go in, then it doesn't bother me as much. No. Oh, they found her blood sample.
Great.
See what you did? You dingus.
I'm not a dingus, you're a dingus. We're all dinguses. Ooh, that's not very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Victor Hugo.
Mm. The X-Mansion.
Yep.
Xavier School.
Gifted youngsters.
Yep.
See, something that changes your DNA shouldn't expire.
Yeah. Because guess who would expire? You!
Fair point.
No. Does this happen in the comics?
No.
No. A little bit different.
I mean, Xavier's gotten his legs back multiple times, but I think he currently has them.
Yep. Oh, the wheelchair.
Ah, the classic. You know, I just had a thought.
What?
Sure.
Aren't you essentially making Sentinels mutants at this point?
How
Yeah.
so? Wait, what are Sentinels again? I'm very...
The robots. The robots that are gonna kill the mutants.
How are you making them mutant?
So couldn't you, in theory, give them the logic to self-destruct because they are essentially mutants?
I mean...
Or maybe that's their last target.
I don't know. I'm not really overthinking it that much.
Justin, you're overthinking. But I overthink a lot more.
And how do you see that?
I thought this was crazy cool. Not just from Magneto with the rail cars.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was great too.
I thought that was the one scene where the CGI looked a little fake.
There we go. Cerebro. Slow up the blow. Brutal.
See, I get that he would have that reaction, but how would all the glass?
That's a good question. How would all the glass?
Just shatter?
Yes. I don't.
It's the small things.
Yeah.
Is it
They're nitpicks, granted, because the story is still very good. The character work is still very good.
Yes.
But I am noticing the little things more.
Hey, Justin, is it all the small things?
Ha 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 ha.
Ha ha. Ha ha. Oh, that joke died? Oh, okay.
This was a great scene too.
Yeah.
With the two Professor X's together.
Oh my god, that it's.
The ultimate nerdgasm.
Oh wow, they included that little bit from the Wolverine.
Yep.
Oh, yes. The Wolverine. I remember that. Not X-Men's Origins.
No. The one that took place in Japan.
We saw that one in theaters.
Yes.
I enjoyed this montage of all the movies we've seen in theaters.
Yep. I remember seeing the Wolverine actually in Cleveland. And I thought that was actually, it was good. It was not great. It was
I
good.
would say that.
It was good.
I still find it funny that you could technically come up with the argument that the Wolverine trilogy was a perfect trilogy.
Yeah.
Well, because you know what it is. It's like, you know how we say, like, Captain America in Marvel? Because Captain America, the first Avenger, was
Good.
good.
I liked it.
Winter Soldier,
Amazing. Civil
War.
Epic.
And it's like, with here, it's like, X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Crap.
The Wolverine.
Good.
Not great, but good. And then, of course, Logan.
Which was incredible.
It's incredible, masterful cinema.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
Yep.
What is sometimes we all need help?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes we all do need help.
I'd say this is the best X-Men movie with sci-fi.
Yeah.
Hands
That's a
down.
fair point.
This is time travel.
Yes.
Sci-fi. Hands down.
I just can't wait to see Wolverine in the spandex.
That's gonna be fun.
Hugh Jackman's probably happy about that.
That comes out in May.
July.
July.
Ooh, right before. Oh, that comes out the
That
day
Friday.
of.
Thursday night previews are an option.
Yes.
We'll do it.
Because the next day we're gonna go up and have some.
Wicked fun.
We're gonna go have some wicked fun.
Yep. That was such a great scene, though. Seeing the two Professor X's together.
Yeah.
Yes, that is cool. You know what actually is my favorite Professor X from this trilogy, or this.
What?
Which one?
From what was it? From Apocalypse when young Charles Xavier and that girl and he's like passed out. Going, I see a beach in Cuba, and you left me there, or something like that.
Yeah.
Alright. This scene
It's pretty cool.
is pretty cool, but watch what happens when they go inside the Sentinels. Because that's when I think it gets a little fakey. And I thought that even when I first saw it. So when I heard that I got visual effects, I was like, okay, but it wasn't for that scene, was it?
Right here?
Yeah.
I mean, yay and nay, I guess. I don't know. That was pretty cool.
And I think the reason is because there's a lack of textures.
Then we come back to the future.
Storm in their short hair. See, this was the point where they try to rescue Rogue in the Rogue cut.
Oh.
I think. And then she takes over for Kitty.
Oh.
And it's not Kitty and Colossus in this one, it's Kitty and Iceman.
Really?
Was it actually?
Yeah.
In the future.
The future.
Oh, here we go.
Full of compassion. Agreed.
Star Trek. My favorite show.
Great show.
Is it really your favorite show, Jesse?
No, I'm joking with Beast. That reminds me of the plot of Loki season 2.
So,
Because the point of the sacred timeline, even if the multiverse branches out, the branches are gonna just die and shrivel up, and the sacred timeline will just live on.
the timekeepers. Amen.
Well, he who remains. See you soon. They revisit that scene so many times in that last episode of season 2.
I gotta say, I think we talked about this on Mixed Bag.
Yeah.
Magneto is one of my favorite villains in any medium whatsoever.
Yeah, he's a badass.
Why would you say he's a badass?
Because he's one of the scariest villains are the ones that think they're right.
Yep.
And Magneto thinks he is in the right, and there are people out there who might agree.
Right. Who think they're right.
That's what makes him such a complex character to begin with.
Yeah, and he's been a villain, a hero, villain, a hero.
He's been on the X-Men, he's been off the X-Men.
He's a heel-face revolving door.
He's like, good guy, bad guy, good guy, bad guy, good guy, bad guy.
In the most recent years, he's been a good guy.
Right, exactly.
Now that the fall of X is happening, I have no idea if that's going to remain.
Yeah, because wasn't it like revealed that in the next one in Apocalypse that Magneto is Quicksilver's father?
Yep.
Yep.
But then, after Apocalypse, he just wants to be left alone on Genosha.
Who, Magneto?
Yeah. And then Jean Grey becomes Dark Phoenix, and she's like,
and
she has to die. I'm sorry.
That movie was terrible. Dark Phoenix. Remember that?
Yes.
Another movie that, guess what?
That we saw in theaters.
With your friend, remember?
Yeah.
Good times.
Uh-oh. That's a lot of Sentinels coming.
Yep. Magneto's final stand.
Yes, yes, yes.
See, at the end of the day, Xavier and Magneto want the same thing. Safety for all mutants.
And because that's like with the thing, if you look in the historical context, and we've talked about this before, Charles Xavier was based off of Martin Luther King.
Magneto was more Malcolm X.
And that was sort of the philosophy there between Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, even though they had different methods.
Although
they wanted the same thing.
Although the Malcolm X stuff didn't happen until probably the 70s in Magneto. I'm pretty sure in the 60s he was just a dick.
You could see with the connection how both Malcolm X and Martin Luther King and Xavier and Magneto, that even though they had different ways, they both wanted the same thing.
Yeah.
I am probably most likely a crook.
I like this Nixon.
Better than the real one.
Yep.
My fellow Americans.
Why don't you just call this Star Spangled Banner?
Yeah. So
what was that?
Our subtitles are on, so.
What'd you say, Justin? Why what?
I'm criticizing the subtitles.
What did the subtitles ever do to you?
It said patriotic music plays. Why not just say the Star Spangled Banner? Now this.
This was.
I actually remember this.
Puts the Golden Gate Bridge scene to shame.
Which baseball stadium was that? Was it the National, right?
Yeah, it probably was. Didn't this take place in D.C.?
Yeah.
Oh, that was probably RFK Stadium.
Was it a football stadium?
Oh, it's probably the Washington Senators.
Probably.
And that is why Magneto is an Omega level mutant.
Yes.
There's different classifications of mutants. There's Alpha.
Omega.
Omega is the most powerful.
Hey, why are two people standing?
Yeah, right.
Who did?
Uh-oh.
I did. Well, they definitely got the sense of blind nationalism down.
Yeah.
How so?
Them clapping without a care in the world for their sentinels, even though they're going haywire.
They're like, hey, let's get this over with. Where's the free food?
The editing in this part of the movie had my jaw dropped.
Yeah.
Okay, this is cool.
See, I would think it would be that moment that, what you call, the future changes. Because you just destroyed the Sentinel's public image in the eyes of the entire world. Like, I get you want to show this scene and all of its glory, and it is glorious. But the Sentinel program died right then and there.
The editing on this part of the movie is incredible.
Yes.
The future and the past.
Yes, this is
simultaneously. Simon Kinberg's screenplay, again, incredible. Just turn it out a little bit.
Thanks, you two.
I don't want to get too loud.
Okay. With that line, I retract my statement.
There you go.
What line was that?
You damn well better.
Track statement for what?
That the Sentinel program died right then and there. Nixon still has fucking hope for it. See, I never felt like they got Storm's badassery down.
Except in this movie? Or in general?
It was a step in the right direction.
Okay.
But think Thor Ragnarok on the Rainbow Bridge when Thor just goes full Raiden mode.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what I think Storm should be like. At least I can still have my legs for cosmetics.
That's cool.
Yeah.
My one gripe with Winter Soldier, now that you guys brought it up, was that Winter Soldier had like that moment of like, the end of the world, and then it's like, and it has like a giant countdown like that.
Yeah.
This movie didn't have that. It didn't have like a Marvel Studios moment. It had like its own kind of thing with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Come on, Cap. You know, that took me out of the movie. Actually, I remember sitting in the movie theater, like, it took me out of it. So.
Shame.
That's all right. This was sad. Magneto and then Storm.
If you left it in there, you could have probably. Okay. Bible.
That was sad.
Yeah.
They just shank her like that.
But you want to know something cool about Magneto that I learned
Yes.
he could do recently in the comics?
Yeah.
If you rip out his heart,
Still beats?
no, he could keep his blood flowing for like a full day still.
That's interesting.
Was the iron?
Because the iron in his blood.
That's interesting.
Overloaded.
Was it Sunspot, right?
Yeah, that's Sunspot. Roberto da Costa. clearing one final barrier.
Yep. This scene was so cool with Colossus just coming out of the air.
That is cool.
Badass.
Once he hit terminal velocity, it just... See, that is the look of a man with a lot of regrets.
Who is Colossus?
Magneto.
Oh boy.
Because it's not metal, it's bone right now.
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yep.
Must be painful.
Every time.
Every time. How cool that must have been on set with Fassbender and Jackman like that.
That must have been cool.
That must have been great.
Oh.
This was... Oh, that's right, I forgot about this scene.
I didn't. Imagine if you were made of metal.
Oh, God. Iron Man?
What happened if you
No, that was a line from earlier.
Can't they just wake him up?
If they do, he's gonna come back.
Wait, why did they send him in time again?
To prevent the future.
Makes sense.
Incredible.
And he's the only one that could have survived the trip.
Oh, to prevent Boulevard Trask with the
Yes.
mutant stuff?
Yeah.
I get it now!
Magneto.
If I was a Magneto, I would just...
Crush them all.
I mean, yeah, you'd be killing the President of the United States, but...
Didn't he already do that?
No, he tried to save him.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
You know what? Can we have that stricken from the video?
We'll be alright. They're not gonna flag us for that.
Record? Are we supposed to be writing this down?
I mean, if I was Magneto, by crushing it, it would essentially... No, you know what? Maybe not. Because then they would all become martyrs. They would still get Mystique's blood. I retract my statement.
Statement retracted. Okay, today's game's been postponed due to,
The stadium being somewhere else.
yeah, so the stadium basically being destroyed.
Oh, this was so sad. They ripped him in half.
Because we are different.
Yep.
I mean, that's kind of the theme of all X-Men, that it's people who are, like, misunderstood, right?
Yeah.
You know, it was race in the 60s and 70s.
Sexuality in the 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. Now I think it's going to be probably gender identity.
You think that's going to start with the Deadpool and Wolverine, or?
Nah, it's going to start in the comics.
Because because I said, because we are different, X-Men has always been people who are different.
Yep.
So does a Franco. Class. It starts today.
It starts today.
Oh, that's so sad.
See? A man with regrets. Old friends.
They found us.
Wow, Mystique is saving the president.
Yep.
What a turn of events.
I forgot about that.
Yep.
Ooh.
You don't see many PG-13s with
blood.
A bullet wound with an exit wound.
Yeah. They really pushed the boundaries on this one.
Yeah.
Poor Bobby.
Yeah.
The score was probably one of the best parts of the movie too.
Score is very good.
Yeah. There goes the professor.
They did it.
Yep.
He's back.
They stopped
The future.
the future.
The bad future.
The bad, the alternate future.
They didn't stop the good future.
Well, Logan's still canon. So it's not exactly a great future.
Nah, it really isn't.
Nope.
They got rid of mutation through a cornstarch. Corn syrup.
Is it high fructose?
And well, that was from Logan.
Yeah, yes.
Like, they tried to make it a very grounded reason, like, you know, the shit that they put in your food is changing your body. Goodbye, Eric. Nope. There's still a lot of animosity there. Well, see you next film.
See you next one.
See you next one. Notice that there was no fat on the movie. Like, they made a separate cut for, like, the reasons of, like, they made a road cut.
Mm-hmm.
But they realized that they didn't need that scene in the movie. I would say this is one of the best, some of the best editing I've ever seen in X-Men. Maybe possibly any comic book movie. Just for pure storytelling.
Well,
Put that to me.
time travel is always going to be a tough film to
it's tough.
execute.
Right.
So the fact that they did it as well as they did deserves major kudos.
Of course.
Agreed.
This is one of the best parts of the movie too.
Yeah.
The ending of it. And the Kelsey Grammer Beast moment was great too.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yes.
Fraser was Beast? Yes, he was.
He hears those blues are calling.
The best version of Beast.
Oh, hands down.
He was destined to be Beast.
There's Iceman. With Rogue, as it should have been. That's what I mean. They retconned the franchise that way, see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, Colossus is with Kitty Pryde.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good send-off for that cast, too.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, outside of Wolverine and whatnot, but... There's Kelsey Grammer!
Ah.
He had 2 lines, and he killed it. Because you know why? Because he's Fraser. Just kidding. He's Kelsey Grammer. We love him. Storm. And Famke Jensen was back too. And Jean Grey.
Yeah. And Scott.
How could we forget Scott Summers?
Yes.
This is such a great scene.
Come on, James Marsden, where are you?
James Marsden, here we go. It's like, whoa, buddy.
Yeah.
Huh. How much you bet we're gonna see Scott Marsden back as Cyclops in Deadpool?
James Marsden.
Okay, sorry, characters.
Yeah, how
I'm
much?
thinking the wrong thing.
Do you think so?
We might. You never know.
But here's the thing. The next two films make this scene make no sense.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hmm.
Go back. We have much to discuss. You sure do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of catching up to do.
Drowning. Oh,
Yeah.
I was joking. Do I still have bone claws?
And that's what he does.
I know, that's one. Well, by the 80s he doesn't.
Nope.
Aha!
Trask Soul,
Military secrets.
or selling military secrets.
He's in jail.
Yep. And with that good publicity, mutants are gonna get a little bit of a PR boost.
Yeah.
Mutants are good.
They're good people.
Except for assholes like Stryker.
Yeah.
He's an asshole.
I know, but what's his name?
That is his name. Asshole. Major asshole.
There you go, folks. That's the last scene of the movie.
Days of Future Past.
This has been the X-Men Days of Future Past movie commentary. I've wanted to redo this one for a long time. I'm glad we were able to do it. Closing thoughts.
I think this was a very good movie, very strong. I think they did the time travel very well.
Mm-hmm.
I think this was a overall very good film, and with all the cast, I like how they show how the former event, the past events can show the future. I'll give it 8 out of 10.
Justin.
So story and characters are very good.
Yep.
Where it sort of falters for me is some of the stretching of your suspension of disbelief in some moments I found. I'm still not sold on the whole treatment changing Xavier's DNA so he could walk.
Okay.
Because if that's the case, I don't think something like that would be a temporary fix. I think that's a permanent fix.
Okay.
I know they were trying to do the heroin allegory, but
Okay.
that's just one of the things that stood out to me. The Quicksilver scene, always amazing. I thought that the time travel aspects were really well done. This really was X-Men meets Terminator.
Yes.
Yes,
The best,
that's a good way to put it.
It's a great way of putting
in the
it.
best way. Yes, I had my gripes, my nitpicks, but
And they were tiny.
and they were relatively tiny.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I'm not a fan of the color palette of the movie. And sure, sometimes I feel the visual effects were a little fakey, but I still like the movie overall. I think I would give it a 7 out of 10.
So for me, this is funny.
Whoa, whoa. Len Wayne was one of the congressmen?
I didn't know that.
Who's Len Wayne?
He was one of the big writers for X-Men before Chris Claremont.
That's funny. I didn't know that. But for me personally, as we wrap up our movie commentary here, I would say that this is me personally. I love this movie. And seeing it again for the first time in several years really brought back memories for me about the X-Men franchise, how much I love this franchise. Cannot wait to see Deadpool and Wolverine later this year.
Oh, it's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great. But I will say, I'm actually going to give this movie 9 out of 10.
Okay, hey, 7, 8, 9.
Average of 8.
There,
8.
Average of 8 out of 10. This is a great movie. Well, hopefully you enjoyed watching our movie commentary today for X-Men Days of Future Past. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. Thanks so much for watching this movie commentary. So for all of us here at the Super Review Show, stay safe.
Take care.
And be awesome.
And be awesome.